Namaskar students. Today we are going to start another chapter called chemical bonding, and which is also important or relevant to understand basic concepts of chemistry. So today we will start chemical bonding. Now before starting st- before before starting the chapter, first of all, many questions come into our mind. What is chemical bond? Why chemical bonding is formed? How chemical bonding is formed? And what happened after formation of chemical bond? So to answer all the question, first of all, we should understand why and how chemical bond is formed. So in this lecture, we are going to understand why chemical bond. Firstly, we will understand why chemical bond is formed and how it will form, right? So to answer, first of all, in these two questions, we should understand why chemical bond is formed. So as we know that God created many species on the earth or in the earth, including human also. Suppose, what is the characteristic of human? If I ask to you, what is the characteristic of human, or why our parents are working so hard, or why we are also studying too high? Because in simple language, if we want to say why we are doing or why we are working hard, because to attain our goal or achieve goal, and after achieving goal our stability is gained. That means to achieve the stability, all the process is all the process we are doing. Similarly, for other species other than human species also have a nature, similar nature. After the achieving or forming chemical bond, they achieve the stability, and that is why chemical bond is formed. So let us start how and why chemical bond is formed. But before starting chemical bond, what we should know, and that is before starting this chapter, what we should able to know, and that is the basic concept of atom and subatomic particle. That is we already discussed in our previous chapter, that is called atomic structure. We also discover why electron is how electron is discovered, how proton is discovered, how neutron is discovered, where proton, electron and neutron are located, what are the exact position of proton and neutron. So all this theory we learned in our previous lecture. So I hope you know very well this thing. So these things also very important to understand chemical bond or chemical bonding concept, right? So first of all, we should know the basic concept of atom. So atom sorry, to understand the chemical bond, first we should know a basic concept about atom and its subatomic particle and electronic configuration. It is also very important, as we started our foundation start at that time I told you, if you want to understand the basic concept of chemistry, then first thing is at least we should know, or we should able to know, or able to understand 1 to 30 element, its name, its sign, electronic configuration, atomic number, atomic weight, and valence electron. At least this thing we should know. If we know this thing, then remaining thing slowly we can able to understand. But if you don't know, then it is difficult to understand remaining things also, right? So first I suggest you, if you still uh, do not know or you forget all the concept, just remind and try to understand this chapter or this specifically uh, lecture, then only we can easily understand the basic concept of chemical bonding. Otherwise it's difficult to understand. The second thing is what we should understand, that is understand the structure of atom, as we discuss how structure of atom are discovered. So as you know that that is many long history, or there are many scientists work to identify what is the exact structure of atom, right? So that theory also we learned in our previous uh, chapters. So I hope that things also something you know, then only we can able to understand this uh, topics, that is called chemical bonding. And similarly, third thing is at least what is chemical reaction and express the chemical reaction. So as we know that in chemical reactions, reactants are converted into products. So what do you mean? Products. That means in reactant there are many molecules combined to form products. That means here some of the molecules, whenever product also form, at that time some molecules or compound are formed, right? That means whenever chemical reaction is happening or chemical reaction is occur, at that time reactants is converted into product, but reactant have some molecule also and product have some molecule also. Then why and how reactant is converted into product? That means first of all we should understand, at least we have to understand, and that is in chemical reaction reactant converted into product. How it will convert, that is we will discuss gradually, then we can able to understand, right? But initially at least we should know what is chemical reaction. In chemical reaction reactants are converted into products during the chemical reaction, right? Now what are the things we are going to study in this chapter? So first of all, after completion of chapter, you should able to understand the relationship between electronic configuration and bond formation. Now again, what is the difference between electronic configuration and bond formation? So very basic concept for electron configuration, we all are familiar with electronic configuration also, but much we do not know about the bond formation, right? But in this chapter we are going to study the relationship between electronic configuration and bond formation, how with the help of electrons it will form the bond, and how the formation of bonding is happening during the chemical reaction. That things in this chapter we are going to study, right? Second thing is describe the mode of formation of ionic bond and covalent bond along with a representation by Lewis dotted structure and property of ionic and covalent compound. So again, first we are trying to understand the relationship between electronic configurations and bond formation. Second thing we are going to understand, that is chemical bond and ionic bond. Not only bond, how it represents with Lewis dotted structure. Now the again question come into the come in your mind, what is Lewis dot structure? That is also simple. Lewis dotted structure is nothing but representation of valence electron, right? So એને આપણે કહીશું Lewis dotted structure, right? Similarly, we also studied with its property also. Also we deals with its property also and sometimes applications also. Why it is applicable, how it is applicable and where it is applicable. These things we also studies in this chapter, right? So second is chemical bond and ionic bond. Third thing is explain the mode of formation of coordination, covalent bond and metallic bond. Two, coordinative with properties of metals. Similarly, in this chapter again remaining two bond we are going to discuss, that is metallic bond and coordination bond. Metallic bond and coordination bond. So in this chapter total we are going to study six different type of bond. For I discuss, first one is covalent bond or ionic bond, second one is, third one is metallic bond, fourth one is coordination covalent bond. Again remaining two bond we will discuss, right? So again in this chapter our major focus to understand, that is different type of bond, how bond is formed, why it is formed and what happen after formation of chemical bond. So these things generally we are going to focus and trying to understand during learning of this chapter. Remaining, compare the different intermolecular forces and their relationship with of the substances, right? So in this lecture we also studied how the interaction is nothing but intermolecular forces. Now what is intermolecular forces? That is, it is a type of force which is responsible to hold the two different atoms together. That means the forces which hold two atoms to each other, that is called intermolecular forces or molecular forces, right? So in this lecture we also studied about the intermolecular forces also, right? So in these forces, in this lecture we are going to discuss two different type of forces, intermolecular or intramolecular. So in this again it is also divided into different type of bond, two type of bond. That means with the help of two bond we are able to understand what is intermolecular forces, right? After that, understand the electronic concept of oxidation and reduction. Again in this chapter we also discuss with the help of formation of bond, oxidation and reduction. As we know that we can say oxidation and or reduction with many variety of concept, but in this chapter we also discuss with correlation with formation of chemical bond and oxidation and reduction. Whenever formation of chemical bond, at that time oxidation and reduction also occur. So in this chapter we also discuss the concept of oxidation and reduction with the relevance with chemical bond, right? So these things we are going to study in this chapter, right? So let us start first point, and that is introduction. Now as we know that nature has also doing some natural processes or doing chemical reactions, right? In nature also many chemical reaction also happening daily basis and continuously it is happening. We know whether we know or no, we do not know, but it is happening. But if we understand if you want to understand the chemical reaction is happening, then we have to first we should understand how it is happening and what type of processes are happening, right? If you want to understand chemical reaction, then first we should understand the chemical bond, then only we can able to understand the chemical reaction. So the point is, whenever reaction is occur, then whether reaction is either reaction occur in naturally or by synthetically. Synthetically mean by suppose some scientists also working in lab and they are doing many chemical reaction in lab also. That is called synthetic chemical reaction. Synthetic is nothing but other than nature. That means nature itself doing some chemical reaction, and people also doing some chemical reaction uh, accepting nature, right? So there is a two type of chemical reactions. Matlab, some chemical reaction is occur in nature also, same chemical reaction also we can do in laboratory also, but they in uh, nature reaction is going itself, while in the case of we are doing mechanically or with the help of some equipment, right? So there are two type of chemical reaction. But what are the changes occur during the chemical reaction? So whenever chemical reaction is involved, the changes of molecule composition of substance. So whenever chemical reaction is happen, whenever chemical reaction is happen, at that time, initially the changes of molecular composition is also happening. Now what type of chemical composition is changing? That means during the chemical reaction, transferring of electron means, suppose if the chemical reaction is occur between two atom and form the molecule, suppose the formation of water, that means H2O, that means two hydrogen molecule and one oxygen molecule combined to form water, right? So at that time what is happening, one atom and another atom, whenever it interact because of intermolecular forces, and transfer the electron or shifting of the electron, whatever we can say, and to form chemical bond. That means whenever changes of electron or transferring of electron is happening within the atom or other than atom, then the chemical composition of atom, or we can say the chemical composition of molecule also changes, right? So this concept is also we can understand broadly whenever we will understand the chemical bond. Okay, so during the chemical reaction, the chemical composition is changing during the chemical reaction. After that, it has been established that atom is the smallest particle of matter which take part in the chemical reaction. As we know that in chemical reaction, the particle or whatever, suppose if I say atom, so atom as a uh, specifically if I say element, and element contain many small particle, right? So whenever chemical reaction is happening, so at that time small particle, what call we can say that smallest particle of matter or element with which is take part in chemical reaction, and we can even not see by our eyes or any instrument also, right? And that much is smallest, right? So during the chemical reaction, the particle take part in the chemical reaction. How it will take part? Whenever we discuss chemical bond, at that time slowly, gradually we can understand. After that, molecule is the smallest constant particle of matter, that is already we know, has an independent existence and which represents the property of representative elements or compound. As we know that this the point is very well known, or we already studied in our previous chapter. Now next point, that is most of the element in the nature have been found to exist in combined state. That means if I say in periodic table, 118 element we can fill up, but out of them many elements are found in nature, and in nature there exist in combined form. Now what is combined form? Suppose if I give the one example, suppose if we talk about group number 18, that is helium, neon, argon and other element. So that is exists in a free state, or it is not combined state. Combined state means monoatomic state. Here I use word monoatomic state. Mono means only one element. Now if I talk about hydrogen, hydrogen means H2. H2 contain two hydrogen atom. That means atomic form. That means two atom combined to form whatever atom or element. Suppose if I talk about O3, 3 oxygen element, right? So we cannot say 3 is elemental state. We can call them combined state. So many element in nature are exist in combination state. It is not exist in a free state, right? So whenever we trying to understand different type element, then first thing at least we should understand that is exist in a free state or combined state. That is very important. But most of the element are exist in a combined state, not a free state in periodic table. After that, now we can divide element into two parts, that is exist in a simple independent existence or combination form or combination form. To found, it is also found by practically. Whenever atom have an independent existence, here I word use independent. Independent means in monoatomic state. You can write monoatomic state. Right? Monoatomic state. Whenever it exists in monoatomic state means here I given some example from group number 18, that is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. It is exists in free or independent state, right? And it is also found it is a highly stable atoms. That means whenever it exists in single form or independent form, that is also highly stable. How it is more stable or highly stable as compared to combination state, that things we will discuss. But at least right now we should know whenever it exists in independent exist or independently, then it is highly stable. Except those of few elements, atoms of most of the elements have an inherent tendency to combine to formation of molecule or formation from form molecule. That means why it is not are exist in all the element are exist in combined form, because some element are independently more stable. If it is not stable, then it will combine to form molecules, right? And that is why either we can say element are exist in two state. One is independently and second one is combination state. And why combination state? Because it is not stable, and to stabilize itself to form molecule, and it is the nature tendency or natural tendency we can say. After that, the combining atoms many belong to same elements or different element. As we know that whenever it combination form, in combination either it is made from same element also and different element also, as we already know. Suppose if I give the example H2, that means in H2 contain similar atoms. It is combination form, but it contain similar atom. If I talk O3, if I talk N2, if I talk Cl2, so all these cases are contain similar atom. But if I talk about H2, then you can see it is combination form but different element. Whenever combination form the combination form of atom, it belongs to same element or different element, right? After that, within the molecule, the atom are held together by attractive forces. Now, what is the meaning of attractive forces and how it will held together? That things we will discuss in next slide. Study of the types of bond conditions required for formation of bond formation and the energy changes involved in the chemical bond formation are some aspect of study of chemical bonding. So what is the meaning of this statement? It is like a confusing statement, but that is simple. Whenever chemical reaction is occur, at that time the changes of energy will involving. That means I can say simply, whenever atom whenever atom is combined to form molecule, at that time firstly they attract to each other and to form molecule. Whenever it is form molecule, at that time the energy of element to form molecule, the energy of element and the energy of molecule also different. So we can say simply, during the chemical reaction the energy changes is happening during the chemical reaction. Now how it is happening we will discuss in our next lecture. Again, now we are going to start the chemical bond. Then first I told you what is the reason, or we can say why chemical bond is formed. Then what is the reason behind the formation of chemical bond? First thing, there are many reasons, but I can tell you two reasons. I can tell you two reasons. Firstly, to attain the stability. To attain stability. How it will attain stability? Firstly, we discuss. Firstly, stability also achieved by attaining noble gas configuration, like noble gas. Whenever we discuss about the stability, at that time 2 point I always mention, and that is to attain noble gas configuration and decreasing the energy. Whenever energy is decreasing, then the stability also occur. Whenever it gain, no, it is like noble gas configuration, at that time also stability also gain. Now what is the reason? We will discuss point by point. Firstly, I told you clearly, whenever I discuss about the stability or formation of bond, there is a two things we will learn always with the formation of bond. That is stability content, noble gas configuration or attain noble gas configuration, and decreasing the energy. You can see here noble gas are monoatomic gas. Now what is the noble gas? That is called group number 18 element called noble gas, and that is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. So you can see all are exist in monoatomic state. Now what is the meaning of monoatomic? As I already discussed, it is exists in one atom called monoatomic. One atom means monoatomic. One means mono. There are gas we can two element called diatomic. Three atom combined, it is called triatomic. So firstly we should know the distinction between monoatomic, diatomic and triatomic, right? Suppose this all, suppose diatomic gas O2, N2, Cl2, etc. all are the diatomic gas. But what about also triatomic gas, that is O3, right? So we can say them triatomic gas. Here noble gas are exist in monoatomic gas. They do not combine either with either own atom or other substance. That means they are independently stable. That means they are not combined its own atom also and other atom also, because they are stable, right? After that, these are the units having 8 electron except helium in their respective valence shell, and their configuration is called octet configuration. Now what is the meaning of this statement? So as we know, if we see group number 18, the valence electron is 8, right, except helium. અહીંયા આપણે હિલિયમને નહીં લઈએ. હિલિયમ સિવાયના જે છે એમની કોન્ફિગરેશનની અંદર વેલેન્સ ઇલેક્ટ્રોન કેટલા છે 8, અને 8 છે. If 8 electron is present, then its configuration is called octet configuration. It is known as octet configuration. Now if group number 18 has a 8 valence electron, then remaining group has a between 1 to 7 electron. You can see here remaining group, for remaining group the valence electron is 1 to 7, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 and 5 and up to 7. The electron configuration for 18 group, that is valence electron, that is 8, and remaining 18 group, the valence electron for 1 to 7. Now the octet of the noble gas and their pair electrons, helium, are also stable. That atom of the other elements also strive to attain the same electron configuration to become stable. Here we discuss except helium, for all the noble gas have 8 valence electron except helium, because helium contains valence electron 2. But if he attain 2 electron, at that time also he will become stable. That things you should know. In order to satisfy this urge, atom united to form molecules, their electrons to get rearranged and bond, it is said to be formed. That means what is happening during the chemical reactions? Most of the elements are trying to attain the configuration like noble gas. That means it attains 8 electron in their valence shell, right, during the formation of chemical bond. How it will attain, we will discuss step by step whenever whenever we will understand the chemical bond. After that, during the formation of the bond, energy of the participating atom gets reduced and thereby molecule becomes stable. Now what is the meaning of this statement? This is a very, very important point. As we know, whenever atom combine to form molecule, at that time the energy of the molecule will be decreases. What is happen? Energy will be decreases, because energy is a directly relationship with stability. So here I discuss stability is inversely proportional to energy. Stability is inversely proportional to energy. That means whenever atom are form bond during the chemical reaction, at that time the energy of molecule will be decreases. If the energy is decreasing, then the stability of the molecule will be increasing. So always during the formation of chemical bond, the energy will be decreases. If the energy will be decreases, then the stability will be increases. Previously I discussed Why chemical bond is formed? Because to attain stability. To attain stability, 2 points we have to remember, that is attain electron configurations like noble gas configuration. Second thing, decreasing the energy of the molecule or formatting molecule, right? These two things always we can see during the formation of chemical bond, right? And this is how this point is trying to say. Now you can say here, suppose I discuss during the formation of chemical bond, the energy of the molecule will be decreases. So you can say, suppose if we take two atom, right, call hydrogen, and it form H2. So firstly you can see here, this is the side x axis, we can call potential energy, that is energy. Right. So you can see during the formation of from H2 atom to H2 molecule, at that time the energy of the molecule will be decreases, or during the formation of bond, whenever molecule is formed, at that time chemical bond also form. So at that time the energy of the molecule will be decreases, you can see here. So this is how we can say during the formation of molecule the energy will be decreases, and always atom have a higher energy as compared to molecule, and that is why molecule is formed. Now already I discussed, whenever two atoms are combined, suppose if we take atom 1 and this is we can call atom 2. As we know that, and we already know the structure of atom, that means it contains one nucleus, and the charge of nucleus, that is positive, and the charge of electron, and it is revolving around the nucleus in a specific orbit, it is called electron, and that is the charge of electron is negative. Similarly, if we can say about atom number 2 also. But why the attraction is happening between two atoms? Why attraction is happening between or happen between two atoms? Because of, for one atom, if I say for atom number A and its electron, for second atom its nucleus and it is charge and charge of nucleus is positive. As we know that always the attraction is happen between positive and negative charge. Matlab the attraction is always happen between positive and negative. But if we talk about positive charge and negative charge, so always repulsion is happen, right? So if we consider one for one atom and its electron, for second atom its nucleus, at that time here the negative charge for first atom and second charge, that is positive charge. So you can see here the attraction is happening. What is happening? Attraction is happening, and it is also known as attractive force. But for one atom its electron and second atom for its electron, then attraction is happening, but attraction is not happen, as we know that the negative charge is always in between negative charge, always repulsion is present. And again we can say both have nucleus and it is charge is positive, and in between positive charge also repulsion is happening. So why attraction and repulsion is happening, you can understand with the help of this, specifically with the help of two atoms. Now the question come into our mind, sir, if attraction and repulsion are present together, then why chemical bond is formed? Because attraction is more dominant. Attraction is more dominant than repulsion, and that is why chemical bond is formed. That is very important key point. Attraction is more dominant over the repulsion, and that is why two atom are formed the bond, and the attraction between two atom is happen because of attractive forces, and this is called attractive force. This is called attractive force. For one atom is negative charge, for another atom is negative charge. Here we can, if we take here negative charge, then second for positive charge, and at that time interaction between or intermolecular interaction will happen. If interaction is happen, then chemical bond will form. Now this is the basic introduction we are going to study in our next lecture. So in our next lecture we are going to study firstly two bond. One is ionic bond and second one is covalent bond, right? Now why covalent bond is formed, how covalent bond is formed, why ionic bond is formed, and what is the criteria. Whenever ionic bond is formed, at that time one metal and non-metal between whenever metal and non-metal is combined, at that time ionic bond is formed. This is a very important point. Whenever metal and non-metal combine, so at that time ionic bond will form. Now the question is how we can identify, sir, this is metal or this is non-metal. That is things we already discussed in our periodic table, or whenever we learn periodic table chapter. At that time I discuss where metal is located, where non-metal is located, how many total metal are present in periodic table, and mostly where it is present, and what is the characteristic of metal and application of metal. We discuss very well. If you forget, then just remind it, and in our next lecture, before starting the lecture, at least you should know if I say hydrogen is metal or non-metal, or chlorine is metal or non-metal, sodium is metal or non-metal, you should know. Then only we can able to understand the bond, right? Second thing is, when covalent bond, whenever two non-metal are combined, matlab two non-metal, matlab two atom, one atom is also non-metal, second is also non-metal, at that time covalent bond is formed. Or covalent bond is also formed between metalloid and non-metal also, right? We also discuss how many metalloids also present in periodic table, right? And that is why we learn all the chapter before the chapter, because if you want to understand chemical bond, so for that periodicity is also important, and that is why we learned in our previous chapters, right? So whenever chemical bond is formed, at that time chemical bond is formed between two non-metal or one metalloid, while ionic bond is formed at that time chemical while ionic bond is formed at that time one metal and one non-metal are combined to form ionic bond. Now how it will combine, how it form bond, that we will discuss whenever we studied deeply in chemical bond. Suppose initially I will give some basic view to formation of covalent bond. Suppose if I say covalent bond is formed sharing of electron. Now what is the meaning of sharing? You can see here one hydrogen atom, and hydrogen has a 1 s valence electron. Here two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom combine to form H2. But at that time you can see the valence electron of oxygen, that is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To attain noble gas configurations, noble gas like configuration, it required 2 electrons. So to attain noble gas configuration, what oxygen will do, it will combine with 2 atoms and to share the electron, matlab oxygen share 2 electron with 2 similar or different atom and to attain like noble gas configurations, right? Suppose if I say hydrogen has a one valence electron and oxygen has a 6 valence electron. So hydrogen never will attain 8 octet because he has a only ability to accept 1 electron, but it also stable when it accept or share the 1 electron, right? And if the electronic configuration in hydrogen has a 2 valence electron, or it will complete its orbital, that is 2, and also it will become stable. So you can see here, whenever 2 hydrogen is combined with 1 oxygen to form water molecule, so here the sharing of electron will be takes place. Here no transfer of electron will be takes place. After formation or after sharing of electron, now how we can calculate the octet, because if we see the valence orbital of oxygen, how many electron is present? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and that is how the bond is formed. Already I discussed why chemical bond is formed, because to attain stability. Stability is also attained when it's complete or it attain noble gas like configuration or it complete its octet. So here you can see via formation of covalent bond, here oxygen is complete its octet, and that is how bond is formed, right? For deep study, we also discuss deeply how in different molecule chemical bond is formed. But simply here what we are trying to understand, how chemical bond is formed, and specifically what type of things will happen during the formation of bond. While in the case of ionic bond, here the transfer of electron will take place. Transfer of electron will take place. Here transfer of electron will take place always metal to non-metal. The transfer of electron which is also takes place from metal to non-metal. You can see here sodium is metal and chlorine is non-metal. Already discussed ionic bond form from one metal and non-metal. So you can see the valence electron of sodium, that is 1. So after losing sodium 1 electron, it will become Na plus and it lose 1 electron. While in the case of chlorine, if chlorine will accept 1 electron, then it will become Cl minus. But here sodium is losing 1 electron and chlorine is gaining 1 electron. Now what is the configuration will become after losing? That will become 2,8 plus, because after losing electron the positive sign will come. So you can see here, if chlorine is gain 1 electron, so the electron configuration will become 2,8 negative. So you can see if sodium is transferred completely electron or donating electron to non-metal, and after donating and after accepting and after formation of NaCl, the bond are formed called ionic bond. So you can see here the complete transfer of electron will takes place, and electron is always transfer from valence electron to valence electron. It is not transfer if here it is this electron is going to transfer or it is gaining its higher orbital, because firstly the orbital nearest orbital is higher orbital or higher energy orbital. So that is why always transfer in specifically higher energy orbital, right? That things also we will discuss. But the point is, in ionic bond, complete transfer of electron will be takes place during the formation of bond, right? In our next lecture, we also studied in deeply in different molecule how ionic and covalent bond will form. But before going to attain second lecture, please remind electronic configuration, atomic weight, atomic mass, and specially valence electron of 1 to 30 element. Okay, thank you.